Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm reviewing the Steelseries H Wireless, which is around my neck. Now, this is Steelseries' top-of-the-range gaming headset. It's now wireless. The previous headset I reviewed from Steelseries was the Steelseries Elite. Link to that review in the description, or you can click on the Elite right now. A little annotation will take you to its review. So obviously, as you can see already, quite a big difference in size. These are smaller, lighter, and kind of a sleeker design than the big old Elite. But this comes with a lot more features, plus it's wireless. So let's have a look at it in, wireless situations. So that was a showcase of the various situations you could find yourself in with these being wireless. They have a 12-meter range, which is pretty darn good. The quality stays solid all the way through, which with a wireless headset is something you're going to be thinking about and wondering about. Is my audio quality going to remain consistent throughout? It does. Obviously, it just literally cuts off when you go past the 12-meter threshold. But having a look at the headset itself, there's not too much to it. You have a volume control on the back of the right ear cup, and the power button is on the bottom. It's currently flashing because I've got them on searching for the transmitter box, which I've got unplugged, which I'll show you in a moment. But one touch of that normally will mute the microphone, and that will glow red at the tip. It uses the kind of patented and standard Steelseries microphone, which goes inside the ear cup there and rolls up, which is nice and handy, goes away very easily. I have seen some people using the microphone literally just out like that to the side, so you don't even have to have it in front of your face, and just kind of using it at the side there, but it doesn't pick up that well unless you've got it right in front of your face. I'll be doing a mic test later on, comparing that to the Blue Yeti that I use for all my commentaries. On the bottom here of the right ear cup, you have a share and chat mix sort of out. So the share port at the top, you can use that if you want to share your audio with someone who's watching the same film as you or something like that, and the chat mix for sharing out the chat mix and things like that, using that for various platforms. You can connect this to a wide variety of platforms, and I'm going to go through all the various cables that come with it. I love Steelseries for this. They always provide you with plenty of cabling. The ear cups also rotate, so you can lie them flat, like so. So let's start off. We have the mobile phone and Xbox 360 cables. So you can use this with your mobile phone on the go if you want. Don't need to be via the transmitter. It will go through the share mix. It obviously just uses the battery, so you've got to keep an eye on that, which is pretty darn good. You obviously have the Xbox connector as well, so it can be used on Xbox and can be used with PlayStation as well. They have a different system. So, headset aside for a moment, the other various connectors, I want to actually look at the power adapter. Now, the power adapter will go into the transmitter, which I'll very briefly show you. There we go. Talk about a little bit more about that in a moment. But that powers the transmitter, and you have one of these plugs. Now, this obviously got the UK adapter in it, but if I pull a little button up the top, it comes off, and Steelseries have provided you with Australian, European and American adapters, so pretty much you can go anywhere in the world and you'll have the right power adapter, which is great. We'll clip back in, goes out via USB to, let me go through the various number of cables I have here, find the right one to show you guys. Not that one. So many cables that come with it, but it's great because it then supports so many different platforms. And here we go, got it. So that is the USB cable that goes into the power adapter to the DC input into the back of the transmitter. Next cable that I was tangled up with is an analog cable, 3.5 to 3.5. That on the back of the transmitter can work with your analog in or chat out, however you want to do that. So you can feed devices that don't work via USB, so such as your phone or an iPod, something like that, or even your PC if you don't have optical cable, but you'd probably want to then use it via the USB option, as that will still get you the Dolby Pro Logic 2 ability to create 7.1 virtual surround. More on that later, but yep, that is the analog cable there. So obviously you can use that via the share plug in the headset as well. Plenty of cableage there. Next cable. This is the USB cable to connect it to your PC. So that obviously goes in the back of the transmitter. That goes into the PC there. And with this, you still get that Dolby Pro Logic 2 virtual surround. But it's with the optical cable that you'll get the the best Dolby experience. The only thing I'd say about this cable is, well, it's reasonably long. It's just not that long. So especially if perhaps you've got this plugged into a hi-fi or home cinema system or something like that, and you want a slightly longer cable so you can put the transmitter box closer to you for easier control, you might want to pick up a slightly longer cable, but these are relatively cheap to buy, longer ones. But there's the optical cable there. Okay, that's all the various bits and connectors, which wraps up kind of the coverage of all the cables and stuff. We're going to look at the transmitter now and the swappable battery feature of the headset. Now, first of all, I should probably show you where the batteries go. If I can remember my ear cups, I believe it's in this one. Yep. Okay, so it's in the left ear cup. On the right ear cup, you have the option to plug in via that USB cable if you want to. I don't know what exactly that does. I haven't actually tried it out. I assume you could potentially charge the battery while it's in the headset. But these ear cups, to just show how it goes on and off, you put your palm of your hand flat, twist, and the sort of faceplate comes off. Very easy to do. You just got to make sure you get it in the right position with the logo facing the right way, and you're good to go again. So the battery on this side, you just pop it out and pop the next one back in. As I said, this comes with 2 batteries, which is a really nice Steelseries. I've seen some companies in the past, charge quite extensive amounts for spare batteries for their wireless headsets if they, don't charge up directly via USB that you can get to. And it's nice that Steelseries provide you with 2. And as you can see, that just popped out of the transmitter box. It not only acts as a sort of a storage area for your second battery, but also it charges it for you. This is how you charge a battery. You just pop it in there, very nice and simple, pop it back up, and out it comes. Easy peasy. Very easy to charge. Now, these batteries claim to have a life of 10 hours each for up to 20 hours of gaming, pretty much non-stop with it, 5-10 seconds to pop the new battery in. It's very easy to do, not difficult whatsoever. So yeah, 10 hours a piece. Realistically, do you know what? I haven't actually really timed it to see what what the actual battery life is. Mainly because I haven't really noticed. I haven't ever. I feel that when you notice the battery life to a specific time, that's when you're counting it because it's not that good, or it's difficult to change the battery or something like that. With this, because it's such an easy system, I normally go, oh really, that's lasted a while, just because I can game over a couple of days and not need to change the battery several hours each day easily, and not have to change the battery. So they hold their battery charge very well as well. Obviously that would probably degrade over extensive use, but I like the fact that it comes with 2 anyway, and I believe you can possibly order more if you contact Steelseries. So if you wanted more, so extra batteries, I guess you could, but this just charges 1 at a time. But I love that. I think that is definitely a big selling point of this. Very easy to charge new batteries, and it charges on the go. So that's the transmitter. I'll show you the transmitter properly in a moment when it's all plugged in, and you can see the lovely OLED screen at the front there all powered up. But I believe that's everything I needed to cover before we plug it in and then do a mic test. So over to this plugged in. So now the OLED transmitter is all plugged in. We can see its lovely OLED screen, and you can control the volume and all the features via the adjustment knob, and you press it in to get to all the various menus. This button to back out. So for instance, if we want to add Dolby or turn it off, we can scroll down to Dolby here and then just flick it on off there, and move back out to the main menu. It's now gone. We can see it's also got a charging icon at the top there. It says that the battery that's currently docked in is fully charged. We can turn the Dolby back on. Also have plenty of equalizer settings that you can change, or you can create a new one. Middle button press to select the one you want. Now there are also two features here called Chat Mix and Live Mix. I'll briefly go over them. So Chat Mix, because these are basically aimed at kind of gamers using this as a gaming headset, which, you know, as it is marketed as one, that is the primary audience here. So these features, you know, they're focusing at gamers to gaming specific audio functions to give the optimal chat and audio experience. So Chat Mix lets the user set the right balance between game audio and chat audio for the perfect balance of game volume and communication levels, which is pretty useful. So if I go on to that, I can show you that. So, you know, I can put more to chat or more to the game, or leave it in the middle. Live Mix, on the other hand, automatically, well, it automates the process of Chat Mix. So it dynamically reduces game audio to the level of your choice, which you can, you know, set here, what have you. So you can set it to the level you want, while it so you can still hear the chat audio at the same time. So it will lower the in-game audio so that you can always consistently hear chat when chat audio is detected. So, you know, when nobody's talking, the audio will stay the same, but when, you know, it detects chat audio incoming, it will bring the game volume down if that's what you choose to do. So those are those two features there, which are pretty darn useful. And, you know, the number of games I have to kind of automatically balance sound-wise at the moment anyway, that is a great little feature. The other thing you can do is, obviously, you can set different sources. So me, I have a PC and auxiliary set up. The auxiliary for me is set up for the capture card I use, which is an Ava Media Live Gamer Portable, which means I feed the audio out from the Live Gamer Portable and in via the analog in to the back of the transmitter, so that I can basically record and hear my game audio at the same time, which is something that I'm always looking for with capture cards. Then you have profiles, so you can set up a custom profile, and options, where you can change system settings and things like that. So brightness, for instance, of the screen, you can whack it right down, whack it all the way up. Headset, you can you know, which screens to include, Chat Mix, EQ source, and all that. So it's all set up that. Beeps and pairing for the headset and all that, standby as well, and you can reset it. System information as well. Got all the information there. So that is the transmitter. If you have any questions about it, feel free to make a comment, and I will be sure to follow those up in the comment section. Now we're going to have a mic test before we wrap up this review and give it a score.
This is a test using the Steelseries H wireless microphone on the Steelseries H wireless gaming headset.
This is a test using the Blue Yeti to compare to the Steelseries H wireless microphone. So that was the mic test. Again, unfortunately, I'm not able to say that was a superb microphone. Maybe it's a bit unfair to compare it with a sound clip there to the Blue Yeti, which is my studio quality recording microphone, but even compared to the Siberia Elite, I think it's the tiniest bit better, so there is some improvement. As I said, the review for the Elite is in the description if you want to compare that, and there'll be annotations in that review where you can go straight to the microphone test if you want. But yeah, so overall, I would say, you know, Steelseries definitely have the focus, and they definitely know how to do great sound, but microphone lets it down. As I was mentioning earlier, I just wanted to show you this. The microphone, if you do press the button, the power button at the bottom, the tip of the microphone will glow red to show that it is muted, which is a very useful feature. I do like that. That is very smart, very clever. Sound quality, before we wrap up and give this a score. Other reviewers I've seen have pretty much said the same thing, and I'm echoing them here. Has great sound quality. The highs are superb, nice and clear. The mids don't get muffled out by, you know, strong bass or too high highs. The bass itself and the lows, very nice and clear. The Dolby, both the Pro Logic and the standard Dolby through the digital optical connector, work fine. They work really well. I have found myself going back to stereo just because the bass sounds a little bit more clear, because with 7.1 virtual you are obviously splitting the sound and things like that. So bass may not be as punchy in the virtual surround, but if you whack it back to stereo, sounds great. The bass is really nice and strong. It's not overwhelming, and I wouldn't say it's really difficult to say this, but I wouldn't say you're going to get an Inception thwomp with these for their bass. You're going to get an Inception thwomp. It's going to be nice and pronounced bass, but it's not going to be anything to blow your ears off. Maybe that's a good thing, but I know some people really do like it when they can, you know, explode the bass out. You might be able to tweak that though and sort that out in the EQ settings, so that's obviously something to bear in mind, and the transmitter does have, you know, the capability to customize your own EQ, so if that's something that bothers you, you can set it up there and change it. But yeah, overall the sound quality is fantastic, and if you were looking for a pair of wireless headphones that, you know, really deliver on great sound, have stupid number of connections, a stupid number of, you know, converters, and a, you know, stupid number of options and, you know, outputs and platforms that it will work on. And I say stupid because there's just so many, and it's brilliant that they've included this, and it's all included in the same price, and they don't offer, you know, it's not an accessory pack to pick up later. That makes the H Wireless as a pair of headphones fantastic. As a gaming headset though, I still have this issue with headsets that don't deliver great mic quality, and I'm afraid I don't see from that mic test that this being overwhelmingly good. It's not bad, it's not horrific, but it's not great. Hopefully you guys can kind of see that in the test there, and those of you that watch my other reviews will kind of know. I know I go on about microphones all the time, but I've still never found a headset that competes with the Corsair Vengeance 1500, which was a headset that I had for many years, and that was £70 and had superb mic quality. Okay, the audio was meh, wasn't anything special. It wasn't horrific, but it wasn't anything special. So obviously there's the trade-off there, but I'm wondering how Corsair can get it right for £70, and someone like Steelseries and others, because it's not just Steelseries, that can't necessarily deliver a higher quality microphone for, you know, a lot more. Obviously the microphone here is quite nice and small, so maybe that's the issue. Maybe they're going for, you know, the small on-the-go portable mic, perhaps, within the headset, so that's why it stays small, and obviously with it being retractable, maybe they can't, you know, necessarily put in that quality. But, you know, it does let it down a little bit, and that is obviously going to be reflected in its score. Finally though, just sturdiness and general build quality. It is plastic on the outside, but it feels really nice and reinforced. You can move it around though. It's got a fair bit of good flex to it. Not kind of bad flex where you're worried it's going to fall apart, but good flex in that you can, you know, move it around and fit it to the best place on your head and your person however you want. That's totally fine. And I do really appreciate headphones that come with cups that swivel. It's just nice when you don't want to have it on your head and you don't want to leave it somewhere. That's good. I like that. So, score. I don't like giving 0.5s because it kind of means I've been a bit indecisive, but to be fair, I am being indecisive, and that's because I don't have any other wireless headsets to compare this to. This is the first wireless gaming headset that I've reviewed, so I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. So I'm definitely inexperienced here. So, you know, if you feel that has reflected in this review and in the score I'm going to give it, fair enough. But for those of you that, you know, are looking for a wireless headset, I've always come from wired gaming headsets. And from a wired gaming headset user to a wireless one, I'm really impressed because the wireless signal does not let it down. It's really good quality consistently through. The range is good, and, you know, it's very comfortable and it delivers great quality sound. But the microphone still lets it down, and it is expensive. Now, as I've said, because I don't have any other wireless headsets to compare this to, I've only got wired ones to compare this to. I don't know if 240, 250 quid is reasonable or not, to be honest, for a good wireless headset for great sound quality. So I'm giving it an 8.5. I gave the Siberia Elite an 8, again mainly because of its price and poor microphone. Those were my main complaints there. For this, it's an 8.5, again for its price, because I'm not sure if necessarily it's worth it. I guess that's more up to you as the consumer. If you want something that's wireless with great audio, this is perfect for you. But, you know, if, like me, you kind of have issue with the microphone not being near equal level, or to be fair, anywhere near the quality of the sound, it's okay, but it's nothing special, then, you know, maybe that is a fair point to make, which is the point I'm making here. Mic quality, not up to scratch. But if I was to go on it on audio alone, I can't fault it at all. So many features and cables. This is why I love SteelSeries as a manufacturer of headsets. They include everything you need, and probably sometimes a cable you won't need. But I love the fact that it all comes with the headset. You're not charged for optional stuff. The fact that it comes with 2 batteries is great, and I love the fact that it charges in that docking station. That is brilliant. It's the overall package that lets it down for me, and that the mic quality doesn't match some of the other features. But, you know, if you're looking for a great audio headset with great sound and a microphone that works, then the H Wireless is definitely for you. As I said, I would love to see if SteelSeries rather can, you know, develop slightly better microphones in the next round of headsets. I'd love to see what they can come up with. But yeah, that is my review of the SteelSeries H Wireless. Links in the description where you can buy it and find out more information. Any questions about the H Wireless, feel free to drop me a comment in the comment section below. And I hope you've enjoyed this review. Please do follow me on Facebook and Twitter for more reviews, interviews, gaming videos, let's plays, and more. I'll see you all again soon. Ciao for now.